Hey, welcome back. This explainer is brought to you by Forge College. So last time we dug deep into Solana's white paper, right? The architectural blueprint for the whole network. But as any builder will tell you, having a brilliant blueprint is one thing.
The real trick is actually building the thing. How do you turn that piece of paper into massive infrastructure that millions of people can use and trust every single day? Well, to get our heads around that, we're going to use a really helpful mental model, building a giant bridge.
This whole bridge building idea, it's a fantastic way to think about the growth of pretty much any crypto project out there. It helps us see exactly how an idea on paper, slowly, phase by phase, turns into a living, breathing, bustling ecosystem.
So how do you build this crypto bridge? Well, it pretty much happens in 4 key phases. First, you've got to lay the foundation. That's taking those core ideas from the white paper and turning them into code. Then, you stress test the supports. You have to hammer on it to make sure it won't just collapse. After that, you carefully open it up for some early traffic, just the first few cars. And finally, if everything holds up, a whole city, an entire ecosystem, starts to spring up around it.
Okay, so that's the theory. Now let's get practical and see how this exact model maps perfectly onto Solana's own journey from an idea to a global network.
And check this out, the laying the foundation part, that was Solana's initial testnet phase, just getting the basic consensus mechanism to work. The stress testing, that was all about the early hackathons, where they basically invited developers to come and try to break things. Opening the first lane was the big one, the launch of mainnet beta, the moment the public could actually start using it. And building a city, well, that's all the amazing ecosystem growth we've seen ever since.
Okay, but here's the real secret sauce. Just knowing the milestones isn't enough. The real skill, the thing that separates the pros from the newcomers, is knowing what to look for at each phase. We call these adoption signals. There's a little clues that tell you if the bridge is actually strong or if it's starting to get a little wobbly. So this table right here, this is the golden ticket. Let's break it down. When the first testnet launches, you're not looking at price. You're looking at the validator join count. Are people actually able to run the software? During a hackathon, you're testing the developer tools. Are people registering projects? Are they submitting improvements to the SDKs, the software development kits? And are the RPCs, those communication endpoints for the network, holding up? Then, when mainnet beta launches, you watch for brand new programs being deployed and a steady, healthy volume of transactions. And later, for integrations, you want to see new kinds of transactions and new tools popping up. This is how you read the real story, between the headlines.
All right, so the bridge is finally open, traffic is flowing, you've had the big launch party, so what happens next? What are you supposed to be looking for after that huge mainnet beta moment?
Now, this is a huge point that trips a lot of people up. Mainnet beta sounds like the finish line, but it's not. It's actually the starting pistol. It's a signal to everyone, developers, users, investors, to stop asking, does this thing work correctly, and start asking, okay, can this thing actually scale? This is when the real tests begin.
From this point forward, you're basically going to see 2 different kinds of news. On one side, you have your technical releases. Think of this as the construction crew coming back to improve the bridge itself, making it stronger, faster, more efficient. And on the other side, you have ecosystem events. These are the new businesses, apps, and stores being built on top of the bridge, bringing more traffic and value.
And this right here is your practical playbook. When you see a headline about a big technical upgrade, don't just take their word for it. You need to go check the telemetry. Are the block times actually faster? Did the throughput really increase? But if you see a headline about a new app or partnership, you need to check developer activity. Are people actually downloading the SDKs? Are new programs getting deployed? This is how you see the real impact for yourself.
So let's bring it all home. What we've really done here isn't just tell you a story about Solana's history. We've actually built a powerful toolkit that you can now use to analyze the progress of any project out there.
Here are the 3 main takeaways for your brand new toolkit. First, always treat milestones for what they are: functional transitions, laying a foundation, stress testing it, opening it to the public, not just flashy headlines. Second, you gotta match the right metric to the right event. Look at system telemetry for core tech updates, and look at developer activity for ecosystem news. And third, start taking notes. Connect the dots. This update happened, and then I saw this metric change. That's how you uncover the real cause and effect story. So I'll leave you with this final thought. The next time you see a big announcement, a new crypto partnership, some massive release, I want you to pull out this toolkit and ask yourself a simple question. Are they just repainting a lane on the bridge, or are they opening up a whole new highway for innovation?
This explainer was brought to you by Forge College. If you want to dive even deeper into frameworks like this and other Web3 topics, make sure you visit us at forge.college. Thanks so much for tuning in.